In this video, we'll see, like, if I ask you a simple question, okay, how do you understand or comprehend this question, and how does exactly the sound is produced, and how you're able to answer me back again, okay? So we'll see uh, how information is processed in the brain step by step, and let's make it very simple, okay? In the brain, there are four important speech areas. Two are meant for written speech, that is your digerence area or angular gyrus, and exner's area are for written speech, meaning, see, I am writing the word speech. Clear? You are able to see the word speech, and you're able to understand the meaning of the word speech, and if I ask some question, you'll be able to answer back again, or you can again write back what is speech, right? So you'll be able to write the definition of speech. So understanding of the written language is done by digerence area, and you writing back again, okay, that is done by the exner's area. Clear? Now, two main important areas for focus spoken speech are, one is Wernicke's area, the other one is Broca's area. Now, whenever we hear someone speaking, okay, the sound is heard by the auditory cortex. Okay, this is where the auditory cortex is. From there, the information is sent to the Wernicke's area, and the Wernicke's area is present in the superior temporal gyrus. This is a superior temporal gyrus. The posterior most portion of this has Wernicke's area, and which is responsible for understanding the meaning of speech. So this is called the receptive area. So all the sound, whatever we are hearing, this Wernicke's area gives meaning to that. So this is where you understand what we are hearing. Okay, so that's why this is mainly, Wernicke's area is mainly responsible for comprehension. Comprehension meaning understanding the meaning of the spoken words, and that is happening at the level of Wernicke's area. After understanding this information, the information is sent via arcuate fasciculus. So via the arcuate fasciculus, arcuate fasciculus is just the fiber, the neurons which connect the Wernicke's area and the Broca's area. So the information is sent to the Broca's area. Clear? The Broca's area is present in the frontal lobe, the inferior aspect of the frontal lobe. You have this Broca's area. Clear? Now, what exactly this Broca's area does is, it is responsible for speech production. So here, the planning of what all movements happens at the in the laryngeal muscles is planned in the Broca's area. From the Broca's area, signals will be sent to the motor cortex, and via the descending pathway. So the motor cortex, you know, right, from there the descending fibers come down and goes and controls the muscles of larynx and speech organs, which are they are activated, and the person will be able to speak. So to put it in a simple term now, when I'm talking now, that information is collected in the auditory cortex in your brain, and from there the information is sent to Wernicke's area. You will understand the meaning of what I'm talking. Once the meaning is understood, then the information is sent via arcuate fasciculus to Broca's area. From in Broca's area, it is mainly the motor area which is responsible for speech production. Okay, what exactly happens in Broca's area is the planning of the muscle movements. The laryngeal muscle movement happens in Broca's area, and that will be sent to motor cortex, and it is executed via the motor cortex, the descending pathway, and it controls the laryngeal muscles and speech organs. Then we are able to talk back. Okay, so this is a very simple terms to explain how we are producing speech. Now we will understand how the written speech is processed. Okay, now see, I'm writing the word speech. Clear? Now, these written words are first received in the primary visual cortex area number 17 of the occipital lobe. So, this visual impulses via your optic nerve, it reaches the area number 17. So, once the information processed in received by 17, the information processing happens in 18 and 19. Those are the visual association areas. There, the recognition of letters and words will happen here, and from here the information is passed on to digerence area, otherwise called angular gyrus, and this converts the visual symbols, these symbols, the letters, into a linguistic form, or nothing but we call it as we're able to make a meaning out of that. Okay, and then that will be sent to Wernicke's area. Again, the further processing of this the meaning of this word happens here in the Wernicke's area. Remember, Wernicke's area is area number 22. Clear? From there, via the arcuate fasciculus, the information goes to Broca's area. The Broca's area number is 44 and 45. So Broca's area is 44 and 45. So here the motor output planning is happening, like how exactly the what all hand should move for writing the word speech. For example, if I have to write in capital letters, it is slightly a different kind of movement. If I want to write in a cursive, the movement what happens is slightly different. So this kind of the motor output planning is happening in the Broca's area. And remember, just above the Broca's area, we have what is called Exner's area. Okay, this is Exner's area is the writing center. This is just located just above the Broca's area, and this specifically controls your writing movements. Okay, Exner's area is mainly responsible for controlling your writing movements, which is present just above the Broca's area. So, and finally, from here, the signals are sent to motor cortex via the descending tracks. Via the corticospinal tract, your hand and finger muscles are moving, and actual writing happens through this descending tracks. So I'll just summarize now. Once the visual cortex, okay, primary visual cortex recognizes the word, the processing happens in the visual association cortex. Information is released to angular gyrus. From angular gyrus, information then is relayed to the Wernicke's area, then via the arcuate fasciculus to Broca's area, Exner's area, then via motor cortex and the descending tracks, the writing happens. Clear? So this is about the written speech, how the brain processes the written speech. Remember now, whenever there is any lesion in the Wernicke's area, okay, for example, now a person who has a difficulty in speech, we call the patient as suffering from aphasia. Aphasia is a problem of, or it's a speech disorders. Okay, so two simple things I'll tell you now. Whenever the problem happens in the Wernicke's area, you have understood Wernicke's area is required for understanding of the speech or comprehension. It is required for comprehension. So when this is damaged, the person will not be able to understand what we are trying to tell him. Clear? So comprehension is affected. If Broca's area is affected, it means he'll be able to understand, but he doesn't know how to reply back to your questions. Okay, so executing the speech is becoming a problem if the patient has Broca's area lesion. And problem in the Wernicke's area, we call lesion in the Wernicke's area, we call it as sensory aphasia. Problem in the Broca's area, we call it as motor aphasia. Okay, sensory aphasia and motor aphasia. So the problem, if it is in the arcuate fasciculus, we call it as global aphasia. So these are the three different types of aphasias.